Hello Cyber Explorers, this is XK and today I'll be debunking 5 more cybersecurity misconceptions like my previous video. But this time it will be the Enterprise edition. And like before, I'll be using real facts and examples to disprove these myths once and for all. So let's dive into this and welcome to Cyber Explore. Before anything else, I would like to make it very clear that this video is not about pointing the fallacies of big enterprises. It is mostly highlighting the very common security misconceptions or poor practices that still exist out there even in big organizations. Now since that's out of the way, let's start with number 1.
Investment in cybersecurity is not a priority and hence the funding gets allocated at the end with whatever is left behind.
This is a very common practice followed by a plethora of organizations even today. For small startups, I don't blame their lack of funding, but for established companies, I would say it is such a terrible practice and only reflects nothing but a short-sighted visionary. Cybersecurity may not add to your company's revenue directly, but it makes sure that you don't lose it in an instant as well. So investment in security with a priority is an investment for the future. Next on number 2.
Large companies exercise the best security standards.
This misconception comes from the fact that they have lots of money. However, even to date, a lot of these big companies haven't yet installed multi-factor authentication system in their infrastructure. It may not be the only metric to judge, but it is an important component to prevent phishing attacks. Check out my video on multi-factor authentication systems using Python and Google Authenticator, which should pop up right now at the top right corner. Anyway, you need examples, right? Okay, how about this? One of the biggest corporations, Walmart, doesn't have email or phone verification upon user registration yet. You can create as many fake accounts as you want with email addresses that don't even exist, phone numbers that are not even yours, and get free delivery each time. Isn't that crazy? Hi Walmart, are you watching this? Moving on to number 3.
Having the most expensive security tools and a dedicated security team guarantees absolute safety as professionals or people having multiple certs, degrees don't encounter cyber attacks.
This is BS, not the Bachelor of Science I'm speaking about. Even with the best gears and most trained professionals, you can still lose the war if your opponent played better than you. So many professionals have been fished into leaking their account details time and again. Having knowledge and experience helps in identifying and sensing danger, but there are sophisticated attacks that even bypass their wall of safety. Even reputed companies like FireEye with the top security-minded people couldn't save themselves from the clutches of the attackers. Which brings us to number 4.
The network and the security team is solely responsible for the security of the enterprise and therefore security learning is optional for others.
One of the hardest tasks of every security team is to convince their users that this is absolutely ludicrous and at the same time concerning. The weakest or critical link of every security infrastructure is the human element, and that's where the security of an organization is limited to. So if the users do not cooperate with the network and the security team, even the best of the professionals equipped with the best gears are bound to fail. That's why security awareness drills, simulated phishing campaigns, security expos, etc. must be conducted quite regularly to keep their users updated. Finally, coming to number 5.
Inbound threats are the only threats to keep an eye on.
This is a serious problem with so many companies as they do not prioritize preventing attacks being launched outside of the network from their own machines. Doesn't sound like good practice, right? Yeah. Just think about it. If everyone starts taking care of the outbound attacks, they would make a secure neighborhood for everyone else around them. Isn't that great? But alas, there is no incentive for this. So most of them look at the outbound traffic only if the victim complains explicitly. Sad, but true. Finally, moral of the story. We need to take security more seriously and responsibly and pay not just money, but attention to it, to make it better, just not for us, but also for the ones around us. If you like this video, please hit the like button and press the subscribe button for future content. Meanwhile, check out my other works, and if you have any topic suggestions, consider writing them in the comments below. As always, all the links and the references are in the description box. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Until then, stay safe and stay curious.